The human brain, often considered the most complex part of our body, is truly amazing. It's like nature's masterpiece, and for many, it reflects the incredible work of a higher power. This brain of ours isn't just a passive thinker. It's always changing and evolving, even after we're grown up. This ability to change, called neuroplasticity, goes against what we used to think about the brain, that it stops changing after childhood. This flexibility seems like a kind of grace, sort of like how we think of God's endless mercy and adaptability. It gives us second chances to grow and make things better. People for a long time have seen the brain as where our soul lives, where our connection with something bigger than us lies, like what's mentioned in Romans 12:2. So, considering how our brain keeps changing, could it actually be a way we receive messages from a higher power? If we're made in the image of God, maybe our brain's ability to change and grow is similar to God's way of being dynamic. As we learn and experience new things, could it be that we're getting closer to understanding wisdom and guidance from a higher source? Different ancient writings from different beliefs talk a lot about changing and growing to find wisdom. The brain's ability to change seems to fit right in with these ideas. If the brain can learn new things and heal from tough times, then maybe it's built to understand messages from something divine. Our surroundings and the choices we make affect our brains a lot. Just like we're told to spend time with good people and stay away from bad influences in life, our brains also do better or worse depending on what's around us. Things like seeking wisdom, being patient, and showing love might be ways to connect with something bigger, both spiritually and in how our brains work. Words are super important. They can be really powerful. They can help, hurt, bring us together, or push us apart. And this isn't just about how we talk to each other. It's also about our connection with something bigger, like how it's said in John 1:1. The feelings behind words shape how our brains work and connect language with our emotions and how our brains are set up. The brain's ability to change, known as neuroplasticity, shows how amazing it is to keep growing and learning throughout life. This flexibility isn't just about us, it's also part of how things are designed, mixing together our beliefs and how our brains grow and change. Think about it like this. Our brain, the thinking powerhouse, is constantly evolving, almost like a living thing on its own. This flexibility is a bit like a magic trick. It's as if our brain is a shapeshifter, always changing and adapting to new experiences, challenges, and learnings. This capability, termed as neuroplasticity, means our brains are like Play-Doh, able to mold and reshape even as we grow older. This idea of change and growth isn't just about science. It resonates deeply with what people have thought for centuries about our connection with something beyond us. Some ancient teachings and texts hint that our brains might be a window to understanding something greater. It's like the brain could be a receiver for messages from this higher source, especially when we think about how our thoughts and feelings shape our experiences. Our environment and the choices we make don't just affect our mood. They also have a massive impact on how our brains work. Just like being around good-hearted people can make us feel better, it can also make our brains work better. Likewise, making choices that reflect kindness and understanding not only shapes our character but also influences the way our brains are wired. Words are like tiny packages of power. They can build someone up or tear them down, and they're essential not just in our everyday conversations, but also in our deeper connections with something spiritual. When we express ourselves with kindness and empathy, it's like we're tuning our brains to a frequency that resonates with something bigger than ourselves. This aligns with the belief in various spiritual teachings about the power of positive communication and the resonance it creates with the divine.